just hours after Michelle Obama and Carolyn Kennedy rocked the first night of the Democratic Convention. And I'm joined here by Jamal Simmons, a senior advisor to Barack Obama, senior Democratic advisor, and also a big star on CNN this year. This has been the year of Jamal Simmons and Barack Obama. Jamal, how did Michelle do tonight, and what do you think she had to do tonight?
I thought she did really well tonight. She actually did exactly what she set out to do, which was really cast herself in the broadest possible light. You know, there's a lot of reasons why Barack Obama fell in love with her, and I think America got to see that, and maybe some people in America fell in love with her tonight too. She went out there, she talked a lot about why she loves this country. She talked about closing the gap between the America that is and the America that shall be. She also talked about, or that should be, she also talked about Hillary Clinton, which I thought was a very big emotional moment, and you heard the crowd applaud when that happened, because people are ready to bring this party together and ready to move forward. So she did all that. She was vulnerable, she was sensitive, she was strong, she talked about her parents, her brother, her children. I mean, she was sort of everything that people know and love about women. And then the one thing I actually saw at the end of this was when she brought those two little girls out. Those girls are the secret weapon of the Obama campaign, as far as I'm concerned. When people see those little girls and you think about them playing on the White House lawn, jacks or jump rope or whatever it is they like to do, that's just going to be a tremendous moment.
You know, let me ask you, you mentioned sort of Michelle Obama's tone, and you know, you've been covering the campaign, I've been covering the campaign, and certainly, you know, the tone that I've seen over the last 6 months tonight was different. It was a bit, I would say softer. Would you agree?
Oh, absolutely. Again, I thought she was very sensitive. I thought she showed some vulnerability.
Not in response to some of the
I think it's who she is, and what we've been seeing about Michelle Obama recently is, or over the course of the campaign, are snippets: 30 seconds here, 10 seconds there. Republicans slicing and dicing what she's saying into small 6 seconds. So now what we saw was a full-on 10 or 12 minutes of her just really, or more than that, 20 minutes of her pouring her heart out and opening herself up and letting people see the fullness of who she is. And I think America's going to have a different view of her after tonight. Anybody who watched tonight, I don't know how you could not like her. They may not agree with some of the things she wants to do, but I don't see how you can watch this and not be fond of this woman.
And so was that a big sort of success story of tonight, the likability of Michelle Obama? I mean, you've known her, you know Michelle Obama, but you know, a lot of the press over the last few months has been up and down, sort of not really taking parts of her words or parts of her speeches, and you know,
Republicans, and I don't want to get too partisan here, but Republicans have typically gone after first ladies. We saw it with Hillary Clinton. We saw it with Teresa Heinz Kerry, and we're seeing it with Michelle Obama. And so one of the things she's doing tonight is sort of taking that head on. I mean, when she talked about why she loves America, that was her taking head on all these little snippets about, the first time she's proud of her country. Anybody who was really listening to that and being fair can understand what she was saying. But tonight she really broadened that out and made the case for herself, and people can make the judgment after that.
Give her an A+.
Oh, I give her an A++.
And you talked about the image of those two girls on the lawn, not only as the youthfulness that we saw sort of in the 1960s and Carolyn and John, but also the historic nature of a young black family on that White House lawn. She invoked the memory of Dr. King today. This is the beginning, the kickoff to a historic week. What sort of, can you take us through your thoughts as you were hearing Michelle Obama speak? I mean, it's one thing to get to this point. To be here.
This is a phenomenal American story. I mean, what we're seeing right now is we're seeing Barack Obama, who was raised by, most often by a single mom and his grandparents, who struggled and studied his way into some of the best schools in the country. Michelle Obama, who was raised by a family and a father who was ill, let's talk about this tonight, who had multiple sclerosis, but he worked hard to get his kids into school. They went to Princeton. They came back. She went to Harvard Law School. They came back to their community. They worked hard. They gave back to the community. They really involved themselves. This is what a lot of people raise their children for. You want them to do well. You want them to go to great schools. You want them to have great careers. You want them to give back to the community. You want them to have a great family. You want them to have a spouse that they love and who loves them. And the one thing that we've seen with the Obama family over the course of the entire campaign, that these are two people who really seem to care about each other and care about their children. And whether you agree with their politics or not, it's hard to look at them and say this is a bad family. This is a very great American story, and I hope people really pay attention to it.
Jamal Simmons, thank you so much, and good luck with the rest of the campaign.
Thank you.
Jamal Simmons, thank you so much.